So ever since the new Supra was launched, I was waiting for the kit to come out. Luckily Tamiya did the kit, and now I'm going to build it for you guys. Of course, first we're going to go through the box, show a bit of the details, and then in the upcoming videos we'll start on the build. So as you can see, the kit does not come with an engine, but Tamiya did not skimp on any details whatsoever. The entire chassis is pretty much a separate part, with a lot of the other parts being separate and therefore a lot easier to detail, and also a lot more detailed than they would have been if they were multiple bigger parts and pieces put together already. Now personally, I don't really mind that it doesn't have an engine, as most of it is covered with plastic covers anyway, and it wouldn't really add too much to it. However, for some more detailed builders or scratch builders, it would have been great to have engine bay detail so they could put different engines in it and stuff like that. The interior tub is also molded in this same sprue as some of the chassis parts. It's a big tub, and all of the other detail parts again are molded separately, so that it makes it a lot easier to detail and is typical Tamiya fashion. On the second sprue there are a couple of the final details for on the chassis, like some of the disc brakes and even some suspension and exhaust stuff. Again, nicely detailed as usual from Tamiya. And we also start with some more of the exterior pieces, like the mirrors, which have some nice details molded in for the indicators, and the steering wheel is a perfect indication for the amount of detail that Tamiya puts into these kits as well. Some of the other exterior pieces, like the trunk, are molded separately. Not really sure why, probably because it's a pretty intricate part to mold in one, but again, it isn't really that big of a deal. Knowing Tamiya, it fits perfectly fine, and the same goes for these pieces on the doors as well. On the interior side, a couple of the parts are molded separately, which makes it a lot easier to paint them in different colors, as they are optional from the factory. And then there is one final bigger sprue with a lot of the interior pieces and also a lot of the exterior grills, and even some parts for the rear bumper like the diffuser and the front splitter, some side skirts, and even the dashboards, both left and right hand drive options, the seats and door cards as well, along with some other parts. The chrome parts also come on a small separate sprue, which are nicely chrome plated, have a super smooth finish, and looks very realistic and nice. Same goes for those buckets for the taillights, a nice chrome plating on them, which makes them a lot more detailed and also gives them a really realistic look once all the clear parts are put on top of them. Now the wheels might look a bit weird, but that is because they come in two parts. In an earlier sprue, these black parts are one of the inserts for the wheels, and then you get these chrome parts as well, and painting them in 2 different colors as they are supposed to be, you get a really cool finish. Now I'm not going to be using these wheels as I'm not really sure that I like the style, but again it's a really nice touch of how Tamiya did this to make it a lot easier for modelers to paint them in the 2-tone color. You of course also get 4 tires, 2 for the rear which are a bit wider and 2 for the front which are a bit narrower. They have a nice thick sidewall which looks really good. I presume that these are supposed to look like the Michelin Pilot Sports that the actual car comes with, but then without the branding, so they didn't have to pay for it, but nonetheless they look really nice. And in order to mount these wheels you also get 4 poly caps. This just pops in and you can still sort of turn and spin them. The final sprue is the one for the clear parts, at least on the bigger sprue side, and it has of course all the clear parts. I will leave it in the packaging for now as I don't want to risk scratching it, but you can still see all of the detail that's in it, like all these heating vents in the rear window, and also the clear lines around it for the black lines as well, and just overall in general these look pretty fantastic. The body on this one is molded in white, and as you could see previously, the front bumper and rear bumper are also separate, along with these pieces for on the side, the trunk, and some of the inserts of course for the grills and the A-pillars as well. Now the main body is also nicely detailed. All the panel lines are nice and crisp. Some could be a bit deeper, but it's not really that big of a problem as they are already nicely available. And also just a couple of mold lines here and there, but not a big deal as they are well hidden and just easily removed. Now this doesn't always come with Tamiya kits, but most of them do have it, a set of metal stickers. These are for the badges on the rear and also for some of the lenses, or at least the mirrors on the inside and also on the exterior. Pretty sure this is for the navigation screen, the rear view mirror, of course the side mirrors, and a nice logo for on the steering wheel. Now along with those metal transfer stickers you also get a sheet of decals, which again just accentuate the additional details that can be put onto this kit. They even come with some details for the pedals, some of the grills for the speakers, even some backings for some of the lights, some of the LED strips, and all sorts of other fantastic details to add to this kit, which makes it a real breeze to build if you are really detail oriented. There's also a sheet with some stickers to mask off all of the clear parts for the windows in order to paint that black edge around it. Now, in my past experience, these aren't always perfectly to size, sometimes a bit too big, sometimes a bit too small, so I will use them if possible, and if not, I'll just cut them to fit or just make my own.